Hello Year 5 and 6, and today's date is Friday the 3rd of July, and our Can I today is can I identify what is fake news? So remind us of our learning journey question: how have recent events helped develop my character and support my transition? And our gateway is explorers. So fake news, what is it and why are we having a lesson about fake news? Well, with recent events there has been a lot of this about. So let's have a look in more detail. What is fake news? So fake news grew in notoriety in 2016. That means became popular during the US presidential elections. So the American elections, although it has been around for a long time, probably as long as politics has been around, it is what it says in the title. News that is fake, it's not true, it is made up. It works by shocking people into reading it in the same way that gossip works. So think about how gossip or rumours work. Are they usually true? Might be some truth. It might be exaggerated. How many people are usually involved? A few or many? Might start off with a few people gossip, but then it soon spreads. Is it nice for the person being gossiped about? Why? Well, it might probably not true. Why might someone gossip or spread rumours? Why is it that that happens? Have a think. About being jealous? Or if you've got an opinion about somebody or something and you want everybody to believe you, you might spread gossip about that. Have a little think. So fake news. So we've got this fake news. So why do people make it? Fake news is usually created to grab people's attention. Those who make it want as many readers as possible. So they want as many people to read it. And the reasons why is often to make money by advertising to all the people that look at their page or their article, to create propaganda. And that is to make a person, argument or cause look better. Now, propaganda, you may have come across this word before when looking World War II. So propaganda is often very misleading, and it's what the government use, political parties, to influence people to believe in what they're saying. I suppose adverts, they could be a form of propaganda because they're trying to persuade people to buy their products, like, for example, toothpaste, making it sound better than any of the others, so you buy it. And basically, fake news simply to trick people. So let's have a look then at these internet headlines. Why would these make people click on them to visit the page? So we've got here, let's have a think. Woman in Sheffield lost 2 stones in 2 weeks. Now that would be interesting for somebody that is trying to lose weight, because that is a lot of weight loss in a little time. So people might want to click on that because they want to lose weight and think, wow, 2 stones in 2 weeks. That sounds amazing. This one, you won't believe this about your local MP. So why might somebody click on that? It's very gossipy, isn't it? It's like, oh, what's going on now? What's the local MP? What won't I believe? I need to click on that and see. And then the final one, new evidence found for life on Venus. Now that'd be interesting. Are there aliens? Ooh, I want to click on that and have a look. What's this evidence? Aliens? This can't be real. But I'm going to click on it anyway and have a look. So that's why people make it, because these things here will influence people to make money. There's advertising. When you click on one of these pages, there'll be adverts. And obviously, if you believe in these adverts, they stand to make money. The propaganda, so influencing people to believe what they're saying and to trick people. Right, let's have a look at some facts and figures. So research by BuzzFeed found that during the last 3 months of the 2016 US presidential campaign, fake news had more shares and engagement than the trusted news source CNN. So this is the trusted news source, and the New York Times. By the end of 2016, there were 1.86 billion users on Facebook, making it a prime target for fake news. Now, I know with recent events and people being on Facebook, there has been an awful lot of fake news about what's been happening the last few months. In 2016, the BBC tracked down teenagers in Macedonia who were creating fake news, claiming it was making them profits of thousands of euros per day. So let's have a think about this. So with so many people having access to fake news stories, can you imagine, so things like Facebook, how many people access Facebook, can you imagine how quickly it would take a story to spread? How far do you think it could spread? A long way, that's for sure. Right, there are some people, mainly websites, but some magazines and TV programs too, that purposely create fake news or satire in order to be humorous, to be funny. So there is funny fake news. So have a think, it says discuss, but just have a think. How is this fake news okay? So why is this okay and not the other stuff? What's different about it? And then we'll have a look at some of the ideas below. So why is this funny fake news okay, and why is it different? Right, here are some ideas. Okay, this fake news is meant to be funny. Some of the fakeness, it's very obvious it's fake, so it's not trying to trick people. It's being openly fake. So they don't seriously pretend to be real. It is also checked for legal accusations, and it is mostly harmless. So this funny fake news is obviously fake, and it's designed to make people laugh. Now, if you get a chance, you can find out the name of a magazine, TV program and website that produce funny fake news. You might know some. I know there's programs on TV, Mock the Week, that makes fun of the news. Can you think of anything else? We'll have a look. Right, for today's activity then. So be alert. These are the top 5 rules for spotting fake news. So number 1, if it sounds too amazing or too shocking to be true, it probably is. Has the story been on the main news channels, so the broadsheet newspapers, the main newspapers, the school website or other sources you know you can trust? I do this actually. If I've seen some news somewhere, then I will check it on trusted websites. So check facts on trusted websites. For example, checking space facts on a NASA website. Do an internet search of the news title or website along with the word fake or scam. It may tell you from trusted sites that it's a well-known fake news story. This happens a lot. Number 5, look at who is producing the story. Is it a story about how bad one political party is being produced by supporters of the opposition? So, you know, is it trying to jeopardise a political party? So it's kind of the opponents, the supporters of the opposition. Are they deliberately trying to sabotage that political party's influence? You know, don't vote for them, vote for us. There's a lot of fake news around that. So what I would like you to do is to pause the video and to design and make a poster to remind people to think twice when reading news stories that look shocking or amazing. So here's the top 5 rules for it, so you can use these to design your poster. So if you pause it on this page to do that, sorry about that, design your poster, because I'm going to take you to a quiz in a moment, so you can use your poster to try and identify whether the news in the quiz is true or false. So if you'd like to pause that now. Right, so little quiz here. So we're going to examine the news articles and we're going to try and figure out whether it is real or fake news and see how many we get correct. So play. Okay, shorter playtimes. So let's have a look at this. So it says opinion at the top. The government should be planning to shorten playtimes. Yeah, so there's a few words there. The government should be planning to shorten playtimes. Everyone knows that school playtimes are just far too long. Okay, what are we thinking? I am thinking fake news. The answer is fake. No, there are no plans, you'll be pleased to hear, to shorten playtime. This is an opinion article, not news. Be careful, sometimes opinion can be disguised as fact. Most newspapers will let you know what's opinion and what is news. It's not giving any facts. Look at the next one. Right, fake or real? Let's have a look. Daily News, Foxtrot. What is in the Arctic Sea ice? The Arctic Ocean is in the far north of the Earth. The North Pole is in the Arctic. It's so cold the ocean has frozen over, creating sea ice. Furry explorers, stunned scientists. The Arctic fox has walked from Norway to Canada in just 76 days. Okay, this I am thinking is possibly real. The answer is real. Yes, a fox really did walk from Norway to Canada, travelling over 2,000 miles in just 76 days. Now I could probably, if I wasn't sure, I could check that. A quick Google search of that would bring up other stories, which would make me think it's true. So the trusted news site is Twinkle Newsroom, is a trusted news source. Has this been, so other news sources, that's what I said, I would check. Has this been written about on a different news site? That would make me think, yeah, this is real news, and check the facts. So you can check these facts that they mention, and if they're true, then we're onto a real news story. Right. New social media only allows you to use emojis. A new social media app will only allow you to type and send emojis. Right, that seems like quite a strange thing to do, but let's have a look. I'm going to say real. I might be wrong. There's one I'd have to check. Oh, it is fake. This news was true 5 years ago. The social media site existed but closed down. Ah, so it was real at one point. Old stories, oh yeah, we didn't check the date there, might not be true anymore. If it doesn't have a date, use a search engine to find out more about the story. Right. Kidstagram. A dog has learned how to drive a train video. Tricky one, this. Seems highly unlikely, but shall we try? It's on a Instagram or a Kidstagram. Shall we say fake? Yay! No dog has ever learnt how to drive a train yet. Dogs have been trained to drive specially adapted cars though. So does the picture match the news story? No. Does this seem like a trusted news source? No, I was thinking the Kidstagram, and then you've got a news story there. So quite tricky. It is very tricky to try and spot it. So we've got the trusted newsroom app at the top. 15-year-old beats former Wimbledon champion. Wimbledon kicked off on Monday with a shock. Former champion Venus Williams was beaten in the first round by teenage newcomer Coral Gauff. Right, so because of the news source, it looks real. Yay! 15-year-old Coral Gauff did beat Venus Williams, a former champion. She's the youngest player to ever qualify for Wimbledon. Again, trusted news source. You would have heard the story elsewhere, and you can always check the facts. Right, daily news. Twinkle chocolate ice cream rated best for flavour and taste. Ice cream is the perfect way to cool down. Well, now we know that Twinkle's chocolate ice cream is the best in the country. Well, it doesn't seem to be much fact backing that up, although it does seem like a genuine news source. It's more of an opinion, surely. How have they tested it? Ah, I've spotted advertisement. Remember what we saw about propaganda? Adverts can be a proper kind of propaganda. Exaggerate the truth. So let's go fake. Be careful, many adverts are designed to look like news. Look for keywords such as advert, advertisement, or sponsored. Don't believe everything you read in an advert. So what is this story trying to tell you? And the language is trying to inform you or persuade you. Well, persuade, isn't it? Okay, right, daily news. Rhinos flown to Rwanda from Europe. Okay, this seems pretty genuine. You could always check it. The two scientists had to make sure. Okay, so on the front, it's on the front cover. I'm going to say real. Yes, 5 rhinos were flown to Rwanda. It's a bit of a tongue twister there. From Europe, scientists hope this will help protect the endangered species. Fake news often doesn't tell you who wrote it. So there we've got who wrote it as well, the name of the journalist. News source, does this look like a serious news source or a joke newspaper? It looks serious, and we could check the facts, like I said, on a search engine. Right, we've got another Kidstagram one. So new species of flying dolphins discovered. Okay, looks like a personal page. Could be real, could be fake. Shall we try fake? No, dolphins can't fly. Also, that is a pretty unrealistic as well, thinking about it. Many new species are being discovered, but no flying dolphins have been found. Remember, photos can be edited. Does this look realistic? Looks like it'd make a nice poster. Do you know where the news has come from? No, we don't. Shocking news. Okay, new age limit on sugar. The government might be planning to ban children from eating sugary foods. They have said that the sugar is unhealthy. Could they be planning to ban children? The language here, let's just say shocking news, seems to be opinion and a lot of could, might, would. So that is probably fake. No, there are no plans to ban children from having sugar. Some stories are designed to get you angry, so always check what you read. How do we know the story is trying to make you angry? I think it's the might, again, the language that they're using. Is this giving you information or just asking questions? It's not really giving any information, is it? Have you heard this news story anywhere else? All right, last one. Heatwave closes schools in France. Many schools in France are shutting down for the week as the country experiences record-breaking heat. Now, it looks legitimate. Twinkle newsroom, breaking, possibly this time of year as well. I mean, now it's really hot. So it's probably likely after a wet and stormy month. It sounds pretty legitimate to me. Let's try real. Yes, many schools in France closed because of the extreme heat. I think I remember this actually. So trusted news site. I did hear it on other news elsewhere. And of course you can check the facts and you can check the weather. And we know, like I said, this time of year it normally is quite warm. So well done if you got those all right. Right, I'm just going to take you back to the other slides. Okay, so hopefully then you know a lot about how to spot fake news, what to look for. Very useful, especially with recent events. It's good to know what is true and what is fake, so you can evaluate and reflect and make your own opinions and decisions based on that. Alright, so to finish off, bit of advice from the 70s. Although fake news might seem like a new idea, the concept has been around for quite a while. You might have heard the theme tune to the satirical programme Mock the Week. It is a song called News of the World. It's actually from 1978 by pop group. Now I know one person will know these, The Jam. And the words almost sound like they have been written for today's fake news. So if you get a chance, have a look, see if you can find that song, Google it, Jam, News of the World, and just have a listen to the lyrics and see if you can work out from what you know about fake news, see if it seems relevant for today. Okay, so well done, Year 5 and 6. Have a lovely weekend, and I shall speak to you next week. Goodbye and take care.